President of the United States. Now, the framers were clear when they established the Constitution. There would be no monarchs, no tyrants who would govern our nation, no kings in America. They set up 3 co-equal branches of government. Article 1, establishing the United States Congress. Article 2, no kings, no kings, no kings, no kings, no kings, no kings. Article 2, establishing the presidency. And Article 3, establishing the judiciary. 3 co-equal branches of government. No kings in America. But they set up an extra guardrail for that day when a president would dare trample on the rule of law, trample on the Constitution, and would need to be impeached and removed from public office. Section 4 of Article 2, the impeachment clause. At Free Speech for People, we have launched ImpeachTrumpAgain.org, and more than 600,000 people all over the nation have already joined us to demand impeachment proceedings against this lawless president. He has committed multiple abuses of power since taking office again. He has sent thousands of troops and the U.S. Marines unlawfully to California, to L.A., despite having no consent from the California governor. An abuse of power, an impeachable offense. He's kidnapped and disappeared people off the streets of this country, sent them to foreign torture prisons. An abuse of power, an impeachable offense. He has usurped Congress's authority, freezing trillions of dollars of funds that they have appropriated under their appropriation power for public interests, freezing those funds. He has no authority to do that. It's an abuse of power, an impeachable offense. He's defied repeatedly federal court orders, including an order from the United States Supreme Court with respect to his disappearing of people off the streets, with respect to his freezing of public funds. An abuse of power, an impeachable offense. He's engaged in pardoning 1,500 plus of his fellow insurrectionists. The insurrectionists whom he incited on January 6, 2021 to attack the United States Capitol to stop the peaceful transfer of power. He's the insurrectionist in chief. It's an abuse of power, impeachable offense. He is engaged in rampant corruption in the White House, violating the foreign and domestic emoluments clauses, taking gifts from foreign governments all over the world, treating the Oval Office as a profit-making enterprise at the public expense, an abuse of power, an impeachable offense. This list goes on, and we've documented it at Impeach Trump Again. 17 plus different grounds for why impeachment proceedings must proceed against this president. But I understand that some people here, maybe your neighbors, maybe your friends, they'll say, you know what, we tried this before. He was impeached twice. He wasn't convicted. The votes are not there in the House of Representatives. Give it up. Move on. We're not going to do impeachment. I understand that. We've heard that. We have 3 responses to that. Number 1, we either have a Constitution or we don't. We either have an impeachment clause or we don't. If we're not going to invoke the impeachment clause at this critical hour for our nation, we might as well cede and give up on the Constitution. We refuse to give up on the United States Constitution. Number two, when we don't name these abuses of power for what they are, when we don't name them as high crimes, crimes against the state, we normalize this conduct. We normalize these abuses of power. We refuse to do that. And number 3, members of Congress take the same oath that Donald Trump took to protect and defend the United States Constitution. And they have that power under Article 4, Section 2 of the Impeachment Clause to invoke it, to abide by their oath, and to do what they need to do, their duty, to defend the Constitution at this critical hour. Now, Congressman Al Green of Houston, Texas, has introduced articles of impeachment. And he has pledged just a few days ago that he will be forcing a vote on the floor of the House of Representatives under House Rule 9, which allows for a privileged resolution such as impeachment to come to a floor vote. He has pledged that. And so soon, members of Congress will be forced to go on record. Which side are they on? Are they on the side of abiding by their oath, protecting and defending the Constitution, or are they on the sidelines as this march to tyranny continues? Which side are you on? It is time. It is time for us to demand that our members of Congress stand up, do their duty, side with Congressman Green, and demand impeachment proceedings against this lawless president. We must demand a return to our democracy. Thank you.